I'm looking at an article online with Entrepreneur magazine that Howard S. Dvorkin, the chairman of Debt.com, mentioned podcast as practice. And he highlights 3 points, which is help to reach a new audience, hone the message, and he found it worth his time. I think there's 3 additional points that he could have covered. I'm Kim Snyder from Online Marketing Box, and this is Innovation and Ideas. The 3 points I think he should have looked at is that being interviewed is in the area of borrowed. So there's 4 areas in the marketing mix. There's paid, borrowed, owned, and free. And this is borrowed. And the advantage of having something in one of those 4 areas is that you are reducing your risk from a marketing standpoint. So borrowing somebody else's audience, and it's relatively free. The second point is it typically takes an hour or less to be interviewed. It's well worth your time. You do get to reach another audience, but it's 1 hour worth of your time, and that's not a lot to be interviewed. And then the third point is that from a collaboration standpoint, it's always nice to find other people in your industry. And so you might have people that are, before you or after you in that expertise continuum. And so it's helpful when you know them because you can refer business. So if somebody's more equal to you and you're busy or you have a different area of expertise within that niche, it helps. If somebody's before or after you, again, you can refer each other because, something might come in at a higher price and you can't do it, or that's not your experience level. You can refer it to somebody with more experience, or somebody with more experience might come in looking for the Mercedes, but they can only afford the bike. And so you can refer somebody that's less experienced and lower price. So it's a win-win for everybody. Only tip I do have is that there is the pod fade phenomenon. So if you're going to be a podcast guest, after I think it's about 8 or 12 episodes, if people get past that, they'll continue. If they typically stall out there. So maybe you want to be a guest on a podcast that's got at least 15 or 20, then it has more chance to reach the people and it's worthwhile for both of you. So I like this idea because for businesses, you can be a guest. It's an hour of time and you get all those benefits that I mentioned and Howard mentioned, and it's not a lot to reach that audience. And it's a way for you to also refine your skills and really get clear on the audience and who you want to help them. And you can do this. You can also be the interviewer. And so if you want to launch that program as well, so it's a great way for you to mix up your marketing mix and make sure you are spreading it out. So I would love to hear your comments. Please post them below wherever you're watching or listening to this, and go to onlinemarketingbox.com/innovate to see this and other articles related to this topic.